everyone, it's Miss Crystal at Way Public Library, and I am here today for a preschool story time. And today's theme, our books and our rhymes are all going to be about mice. But before we get into those books, let's start with our opening rhyme. If you want to follow along with me, during the first verse, we're going to clap our hands. During the second verse, we're going to stamp our feet. And during our third verse, we're going to shout hooray. So let's get started. If you'd like to read a book, clap your hands. If you'd like to read a book, clap your hands. If you'd like to read a book, listen up and take a look. If you'd like to read a book, clap your hands. If you'd like to read a book, stamp your feet. If you'd like to read a book, stamp your feet. If you'd like to read a book, listen up and take a look. If you'd like to read a book, stamp your feet. If you'd like to read a book, shout hooray, hooray. If you'd like to read a book, shout hooray, hooray. If you'd like to read a book, listen up and take a look. If you'd like to read a book, shout hooray, hooray. Now, I know I'm ready to get into these books and rhymes, and I hope you are too. So let me pick up our first book. It's called Hide and Squeak by Heather Vogel Frederick, illustrated by C.F. Payne. Mouse baby, where can you be? I can't see you, can you see me? It's time for bed, it's time for sleep. No more time for hide and squeak. Oh, where's the little mouse baby hiding? Oh, Daddy Mouse is over here. Baby Mouse is behind the tree. Wiggle a whisker, wiggle a tail. Mouse baby dashes off. But Daddy's on his trail. Chase him around the garden, chase him to the house. Chase him through the back door. What a speedy little mouse. He's just running all around, isn't he? Mouse baby, where can you be? I can't see you. Can you see me? It's time for bed, it's time for sleep. No more time for hide and squeak. Do you think Mouse Baby's ready for bed? Looks like he's just having way too much fun. Wiggle a whisker, wiggle a tail. Mouse Baby's off again. But Daddy's on his trail. Chase him past the sofa, chase him round the lamp. Chase him up the curtains, what a plucky little scamp. Mouse baby, are you by the clock? The one atop the mantel with the loud tick-tock? It's time for bed, it's time for sleep. No more time for hide and squeak. Scurry up the staircase, scamper down the hall. Splash into the bathtub with a giant cannonball. Mouse baby, where can you be? I can't see you, can you see me? Look beneath the soap suds, look beneath the cloth. There's my little rascal hiding in the froth. Daddy sees your whiskers, Daddy's on your trail. Sneaking out over here. Daddy catches baby by his mouse baby tail. He swings him up high for a kiss. He swings him low for a hug. Then tucks him under covers like a bug in a rug. It's time for bed, it's time for sleep. It's time for an end to hide and squeak. The end. Was that a funny little story? That mouse just wanted to play hide and squeak, didn't he? He didn't want to go to bed. But the fun had to be over at some point, right? Now, before we get into our second book, let's do another little rhyme. This one's going to be about another little mouse. I'm going to use our mouse puppet. And I know he's blue. That's silly, isn't it? but I think he'll work very well. We've got this little rhyme. Boing, boing, squeak, squeak, boing, boing, squeak. Boing, boing, squeak, squeak, boing, boing, squeak. A bouncing mouse is in my house, he's been here for a week. He bounces in the kitchen, he bounces in the den. He bounces in the living room, look there he goes again. Boing, boing, squeak, squeak, boing, boing, squeak. Boing, boing, squeak, squeak, boing, boing, squeak. A bouncing mouse is in my house, he's been here for a week. Uh-oh. Bye-bye, mouse. The next book I have for us features a mouse, but it also has a whole bunch of little animals. It's called 10 in the Den by John Butler. There were 10 in the den, and the little mouse said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over, and what do you think is going to happen? Rabbit fell out. Floppity, hoppity, bump. Uh-oh. There were 9 in the den, and the little mouse said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over, and Mole fell out. Roly-poly, bump. There were 8 in the den, and the little mouse said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over, and Beaver fell out. Slippity-slidey, bump. There were 7 in the den, and the little mouse said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over, and Badger fell out. Bouncy, pouncy, bump. There were 6 in the den, and the little mouse said, can you guess what he said? You want to say it with me? Roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over, and Porcupine fell out. Prickly, tickly, bump. There were 5 in the den, and the little mouse said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over, and look who's next. Who is it? Raccoon fell out. Swirly, whirly, bump. There were 4 in the den, and the little mouse said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over, and Fox fell out. Rumbly, tumbly, bump. There were 3 in the den, and the little mouse said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over, and Squirrel fell out. Squiggly, wiggly, bump. There were 2 in the den, and the little mouse said, roll over, roll over. So they both rolled over, and Bear fell out. Lumpity, thumpity, bump. Oh, who's the only one left in the den? There's only one left in the den. Who was it? There was 1 in the den, and the little mouse sniffed, I miss my friends. So he rolled over and scampered out. Wait for me. There were 10 friends again, and the little mouse yawned. Night, night, sleep tight. So they all snuggled together, and they fell fast asleep. The end. That was a funny little story, wasn't it? They all rolled down that hill, and they all landed in a little pile with a bump and a thump. So before we move on to our last book, I'm going to pull out all of these. Got a whole bunch of little mice. We've got 1, We've got 5 gray mice. Do you know what likes to chase mice? Uh-oh. Also got a little cat. Uh-oh. Okay. So let's see what happens in this little rhyme called 5 Little Mice. 5 little mice came out to play, gathering crumbs along the way. Out came Kitty Cat, sleek and black, and 4 little mice go scampering back. 4 little mice come out to play, gathering crumbs along the way. Out came Kitty Cat, sleek and black, and 3 little mice go scampering back. 3 little mice came out to play, gathering crumbs along the way. 1 kitty cat came by, sleek and black, and 2 little mice go scampering back. 2 little mice came out to play, gathering crumbs along the way. Out comes Kitty Cat, sleek and black, and 1 little mouse goes scampering back. 1 little mouse came out to play, gathering crumbs along the way. Out comes Kitty Cat, sleek and black, and no little mice go scampering back. Uh-oh. The end. I've got one last book for you, and this book is kind of interesting because this is a book that's been around since I was a little kid, and I bet a lot of your parents know this book too. It's called If You Give a Mouse a Cookie by Laura Numeroff, illustrated by Felicia Bond. So let's find out what happens if we give a cookie to a mouse. This little boy, he's gonna share his cookies. If you give a mouse a cookie, he's going to ask for a glass of milk. When you give him the milk, he'll probably ask you for a straw. When he's finished, he'll ask for a napkin. Then he'll want to look in a mirror to make sure he doesn't have a milk mustache. Have you ever gotten a milk mustache? It can make you look a little silly, can it? When he looks into the mirror, he might notice that his hair needs a trim. So he'll probably ask for a pair of nail scissors. When he's finished giving himself a trim, he'll want a broom to sweep up. He'll start sweeping. He might get carried away and sweep every room in the house. He may even end up washing the floors as well. When he's done, he'll probably want to take a nap. You'll have to fix up a little box for him with a blanket and a pillow. He'll crawl in and make himself comfortable, and he'll fluff the pillow a few times. He'll probably ask you to read him a story. So you'll read to him from one of your books, and he'll ask to see the pictures. When he looks at the pictures, he'll get so excited he'll want to draw one of his own. He'll ask for paper and crayons. He'll draw a picture. What do you think he'll draw a picture of? When the picture is finished, he'll want to sign his name. What did he draw a picture of? Is that his mouse family? Looks like it to me. He'll want to sign his name with a pen. Then he'll want to hang his picture on your refrigerator, which means he'll need Scotch tape. He'll hang up his drawing and stand back to look at it. Looking at the refrigerator will remind him that he's thirsty. So he'll ask for a glass of milk. And chances are if he asks for a glass of milk, well, what will he want with his milk? He's going to want a cookie to go with it. Do you think the whole thing's gonna start all over again? Sounds like it. But for now, the end. The last thing we're gonna talk about in story time today is our craft, which will be available to pick up from the date this video is posted, November 18th through the 25th. So this is a craft you and your parents can pick up at the library or can ask to be picked up during curbside delivery. So the little craft is this piece of paper which says M for mouse. But it's not just this piece of paper. You're gonna get some little pieces that you can glue on, and you can color your M whatever color you want. And when you add all the pieces on, it's little ear pieces and whiskers and a nose and some eyes. You can turn your M for mouse into a mouse. So those supplies will be available. And I hope a lot of you guys get a chance to come in and pick this up and make your mice at home. So thank you for joining me for today's story time, and I will see you again sometime. Bye guys!